Hi friends, it's your pal Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about what the heck is happening in American politics in the days of the American King Trump. It's truly incredible. Like, I have never seen anything like this in my life. So one, we are genuinely in a new world. This is very, very different what's happening right now. So here's what's happening, okay? The world is changing, no two ways about it. And it's really scary. And you're like, well, Scott, man, you voted for Trump, and now we're in this scary situation. Yes, people are genuinely frightened, and it is completely different world, right? Now, why are people scared right now? Well, because people are paying attention, right? And we're no longer ignoring the real monster under the bed, right? The real monster under the bed from 2020 to 2024 was we literally had a Manchurian candidate. It's clear as day to everyone now that Joseph Biden never made a single governing decision. So who did, right? It was either a witch, an AI, or an alien, right? It wasn't anything good, right? Like, and so that was really scary, but nobody was worried, right? Because we had this old, this super old smiling man. Everybody was like, oh, I'm sure he's the president. I'm sure he's making decisions. And then it became super clear he was not. He was not making any decisions, right? So who was, right? And that is truly terrifying. And that's why right now, with President Trump, things are changing. It is legit scary. Okay, I'm not going to lie to you like the mainstream media does and say, oh yeah, everything's fine. It's not. We are in a lot of trouble, okay? But we were in a lot more trouble then. And I will take a man who actually can have a conversation with somebody and is clearly making governing decisions than some old dude with a shawl sitting on a porch drinking tea and something else ruling, right? Like, I don't like that, right? So yes, Trump is scary. No two ways about it. That's real, okay? Now, what's interesting is I had a conversation at church, and there's this brilliant guy. I only get access to him like for 1 hour after church. Church ends, and then I get to talk to this brilliant dude, and it's the only space I get access to him. You know what I mean? Like, and it's really interesting because I think we're friends, but I only have access to him in this one place, right? In this one slot of time. But I've talked to him for years, and it's very special, and I really appreciate talking to him. And he's like, and he broke it down. He's like, we're the trade war has started. We're not going to be able to get chips. We're not going to be able to get chips. We're not going to be able to get chips. And he was terrified. He was like, we're not going to be able to make cars. We're not going to be able to make computers. No, and he's like, it's all over. And I'm like, no, it's not. Just settle down, right? Like, I get where you're now. I said it nicer than that. I'm very respectful to him. He's smarter than me. There's no two ways about that. And I think that is a distinct, genuine joy. I really like talking to people who are smarter than me. And one of the reasons why is it very rarely happens. It does happen, but rarely. All right. Yeah, I am the humblest person on the planet. All right. Okay. Let's keep going here. All right. So basically I was like, listen, here's, the world's going to change. And I'm telling you this too, right? People were like, oh no, man, we're not going to be able to have cars. We're not going to be able to have computers. The world is going to change, but we have options, right? So he was like, oh, you can't run a car today without a chip. And I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about, right? And I was like, you very much can. And let me explain to you how, right? So first of all, I'm very blessed. I have a pass, and I can go up to Carlisle, Pennsylvania, and that's in the middle of Pennsylvania, in rural Pennsylvania. And they have this amazing fairgrounds there, and they have these Carlisle car shows, right? And they have Ford, they have Chevrolet, they have truck car, a pickup truck show, right? And that's all. Everybody who has a pickup truck, doesn't matter what brand you have, right? And yes, you will get the same trucks. You get some of the same trucks in the pickup show as you do in the Ford show, and there are also trucks in the Chevrolet. All right, but none of these cars have chips, man. Every single one of these has been lovingly restored to the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And these cars are a million times better than, okay, let me explain. So recently, we rode with a friend, and that friend had a late model, much richer than me. Like, I got a bunch of old cars, right? But this person had a late model Grand Cherokee, right? Jeep Grand Cherokee, right? And actually, it might have been just a Jeep Cherokee. I think maybe it was just a Jeep Cherokee, right? Yeah, it was a Jeep Cherokee. Now, I remember when Jeep Cherokees were cool, right? I looked at this thing. We go up, and we're about to get into it. It's white, right? with, you know, kind of two-tone. There's black on the bottom. And I'm like, this is a Jeep Cherokee. This is on a car. This is on a car frame. This isn't even a truck. This is a stupid car frame. Like, this isn't even a truck, right? And then I look at this thing and I'm like, I didn't even know, you know, we've been walking toward this thing for 50 feet. I didn't realize it was a Jeep Cherokee because it looks like a bar of soap, like every other stupid car on the road now. It looks the same as a Beamer. It looks the same as a Mercedes. It looks the same as a Ford. It looks the same. Everything's just a stupid looking bar of soap now, right? When I go to Carlisle, these cars from the 60s, 70s, 80s, they all look different, right? And if I took one of those cars and I ran it into this Jeep Cherokee, it would cut it in half, right? And the 60s, 70s, 80s car would have a scratch on the bumper, and that Grand Cherokee would be torn into shreds, right? They were stronger. They were faster. They were cooler, right? They looked distinct. They were amazing, right? And they didn't need any chips, right? They have Mustangs there that have 750 horsepower. You turn that thing on and you can't hear anything for 20 feet around it. And then you walk 1,000 feet and they have this stupid, ridiculous, horrible, disgusting electric Mustang, right? That uses speakers to make the sound of the engine, right? It is disgusting, right? Let's get rid of chipped cars. We're going to analog. Everybody drives a Barracuda, right? It ain't got no chip. It burns oil like a smoking dragon, right? Let's go back to when cars mattered, when they weren't cheap pieces of crap that would get folded in half on the bumper of any of these older cars, right? When they looked distinct, right? When you could hear the engine, right? And this is the days of Trump, right? You're like, wait a second, we're not going to be able to run cars. No, we're going to have cool cars again rather than these stupid electric hummus-running pieces of junk, right? And you're right, we're not going to have computers the way we did before. They're going to be rare, right? Well, how am I going to watch my Netflix? You're not, right? You're going to go to go to Main Street, and one guy is going to put, he's going to project a film onto a brick wall, and you'll watch it with your neighbors, right? Yes, it's scary. Things are about to change big time. We're going to regress. We're going to go backwards before we go forwards. But when we're done, millions of jobs will be here in America. We'll be able to build everything on our own. Everything. We won't need another nation in the world. Nothing anyone can build on this planet is better than what we can build ourselves. Nothing, right? And yes, the relationships that global change relied on are dead. It is done, right? But it should be done. And the reason why, and you're like, well, why? Why is this better? It's not better, right? But it wasn't cool for the entire nation block of Europe to say, oh, hey, everybody, let's not have any, let's put a few people in some uniforms and pretend we have a military, right? And the reality is, all along, America will pay for the military for all of Europe. We don't need to buy tanks or rifles or anything. We'll buy a couple, but it's not going to be real. None of us need to have real militaries. And then the money that we would have spent on the military, right? We will simply have free healthcare, and all our people will be taken care of. Hey, you know what? All that was okay. None of that was a problem. It's when France was like, you antiquated, ridiculous fools. How dare you not have free healthcare? The reason we don't have free healthcare is we're paying for your military. The problem was that they insulted us for making their lives better, right? And now they could pay for their own military. And international diplomacy is broken, and international trade is broken. That's where we are now, okay? We're going to get better cars. We're going to watch movies with our neighbors. The world is going to change. And yes, this is scary, but it's not nearly as scary as having a Manchurian candidate. Every single word you just heard in this video is my humble opinion. Absolutely nothing more, absolutely nothing less. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider subscribing and have a fetch millennium.